There's a lot of trash at this school, and no, we're not just talking about the people. But really, with hundreds of kids cooped up in a building for 8 hours a day, 180 days a year, I bet you tons and tons of garbage has accumulated after the 8 years the school has been in business. And the worst part is, 75% of the trash pile doesn't even have to be there. 3/4 of the stuff we throw out constantly can be rebirthed into a new thing. Its molecules can be reformed to be something smooth, shiny, environmentally safe, water bottles. Okay, well that makes it sound a lot more magical than recycling really is. But you see what I mean. Recycling takes cans, bottles, paper, etc. and reworks it into a completely usable version of its past self. Plus, it's super duper easy. There are only 6 steps to unlocking your recycling potential. The first is to spread the word. The second is to talk to the waste collector. Ask them questions like, how much waste exactly is the school making and how much could be recycled? The third is a waste audit. What kind of waste does your school produce, like paper, cardboard, plastic bottles, and food? Step 4 is to build your recycling programs. You need to ask yourself how many recycling bins you need and where to place them to be most effective. Also, you need a place to store the recycling until it gets picked up. Yet our school still refuses to recycle. That, or they just haven't given it any thought. So that's why we're here, to give them a thought. To pop into their heads that the idea that something old can be transformed into something new. That a used thing isn't a useless thing. Wow, I can really make recycling sound magical. And it is, but not Sailor Moon style. Recycling can also conserve energy. It takes less power to process items during recycling than it does to create entirely new materials. It's like adding an iron ingot to your enchanted pickaxe instead of grinding to get a new one. Also, you probably know this much, but recycling reduces pollution because in order to get new materials, people must mine, dig, and extract raw resources, which can cause emissions in the air known as greenhouse gases. The sustainability of recycling goes further since significantly less oil and fossil fuels are used to recycle. 380 gallons, about twice the volume of a large refrigerator, less to be specific. But as I said before, our school seems to be remiss about recycling. Let's get our principal's take on the matter. Enter Miss Cook.
Wait, this is the wonderful Miss Cook, Principal of our school. We're going to ask her some questions about recycling. So first of all, where do you stand on recycling? You think it's good? You think it's meh? Or like bad? I don't know why I won't think it's bad, but I mean...
Yeah, I think it's great, and I really wish we did do it. I wish we would do it. I wish everyone would do it, and I've heard things. Sometimes I worry that it's not being done properly, but I really wish everyone would do it, including schools, businesses, offices, everything.
Well, on that note, why doesn't this school recycle already?
And that's a very good question. I think it has to do with we would have to pay a recycling company to come in and pick up all the recycling. And then it requires the facilities people to collect it in 2 different ways, or we would have some kind of a system, to sort things, and there's not the funding to make that happen.
Well, if we did find the funding to do it, because there is a 6-step plan in order to do it, then would you be willing to maybe try it out for maybe a week or something?
I absolutely would, and I know that there is a lot of interest because this notion of sustainability is something that is really important, and Flagler wants to be known as a school that supports global citizenship and makes sure that our citizens our students like yourself are really good stewards of the environment, and that means you care for the environment. Recycling is a great way to do that. So yeah, we would love it if we had you guys get more involved and just more general involvement in it.
Yeah, so there you have it, folks. Our principal, supportive of recycling, willing to try it for a little bit if we have the materials, which is ironic because recycling saves materials. But that's our first interview. Have fun while we get edited that part out.
Okay, so some of the challenges we'd face in recycling are having to pay a recycling company to come pick up our materials and the fact that our custodians would have to collect 2 different materials in 2 different ways, instead of just gathering it all at once. However, we have a couple solutions. The payment matters can be solved through fundraising, perhaps selling flavored water whose bottles can be then recycled to support our program, like a circle or the recycling triangle. Another way we could raise money is by selling snacks. Then the matter of our custodians doubling their work. Well, Miss Nelson, our next interviewee, brought up a great idea. Well, the funders of the recycling program could collect the recycling bins and deposit them into their designated bins. With the 4 of us, the whole collection should take maybe 5 minutes, easy. But what else does Miss Nelson have to say about recycling?
Hello, and we're back. I am Ava LaMusa. If you don't know that already, why are you watching that documentary out of order? Anyway, we have Miss Nelson here in
Good
charge of
morning.
finances, correct?
School operations.
School operations, which includes finances, right?
Finances.
Okay, good. So, our first question is, where do you stand on recycling?
Well, I try to do my best to recycle. I am starting to wean off bottled waters into my own cup.
Good.
So that's a start. I also try to limit the amount of paper that I use in my office. So most of the things that I do will be digital. So any way that I can help to minimize the use of paper, I try to do that, even plastic. So
Yeah, that's pretty good steps. But we wanted to make a recycling program, or at least hypothetically design one for the school that maybe we could use next year. However, it does cost some money. So if we did add a recycling program, do you think it would fit into the budget? It's about $100 per ton of materials that we recycle.
okay.
We had maybe 10 tons a month. I don't know if that's a good statistic, but do you think it would fit in the budget?
So as far as budget, that would be something that our principal, Ms. Cook, would have to look over,
Okay.
and see if it could be something that we can fit into our budget.
Okay.
A ton is a lot.
Mhm.
I don't think we go through a ton of paper
Oh.
a month, so it would be something that you guys can surely discuss with Ms. Cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And do you think if we raised money to do recycling, that would be better? But we were thinking maybe selling flavored water, maybe candy, just any way we can raise money to start the recycling program. What do you think about that?
We can surely do fundraising so that we can do the recycling program. The financing may has to tell you we have to use my school bucks to do it, but
Okay.
it's something that definitely can be done.
Okay. Nice. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Have a good day. Thank you.
So there you have it. A recycling program is completely possible at Duval Charter at Flagler Center. The 6 steps to create your own program, our principal's take, and many of her doubts solved. Our school is now one step closer to contributing to the environment, to preserving it and keeping it healthy. Hopefully, after a few kinks are worked out, this dream will become a reality. But in the meantime, independent recyclers are just as important. It takes many raindrops to create a river. So try recycling out for yourself. Water bottles after a workout, cans after a party, cardboards after arts and crafts. It can all be recycled. What are you waiting for? The recycling man to break it down your door, take your dog hostage, and kidnap your plastics? But I mean, if that's what it takes... Anyway, hope you enjoyed our documentary, brought to you by the Basement Children. Good night, day, evening, whatever it is right now.
Thank you for watching to the end of our documentary. Because you're such a faithful watcher, we have some extra credit things, even though I'm pretty sure you're being forced to watch this by none other than Miss Grimes. She's our manager and the whole reason this great thing is happening. Anyway, we have a few questions for you. First of all, where do you stand on recycling? Do you like it? You better like it, or else.
I love it.
Good. What do you do to recycle in your daily life?
I recycle everything that can be recycled at home.
Diapers?
I don't have any of those, so no.
You know? Okay. So, what benefits of recycling have you noticed after you're recycling all these diapers and stuff?
Benefits?
Yes.
I don't physically see them, but I can only hope based on what they say they do with them, they're doing wonderful things.
We can all only hope.
True.
Also, what drove you to make us do this whole documentary for so long? Please. Why?
Because I wanted to see the amazing thing your beautiful brains can come up with and make
Amazing.
a change.
She thinks it's amazing. You guys better think it's amazing too, or else, I swear, I'm going to
Ava, reel it in.
Okay, thank you for watching. Brought to you by Ava. Look at Logan. See, that's Logan. Oh my god. Run. They're not included. Logan. Walter.
Hello there.
And then there's Taylor right there. Thank you.